So good morning. It is Saturday morning, October 3rd. I'm here in the car. My dad is driving. We are heading up to two estate sales in Westport, Connecticut, and then double back and hit one in Stamford. Two of the estate sales shows LP records and baseball bats and sports cards. So definitely I'll be looking for those, searching to see what we can find. Primarily when I look for records, I like to look for sealed ones because I usually don't like to waste my time on opened ones unless it's a real great record, like of the Rolling Stones or the Beatles or the Who, some classic rock record, and it's in great shape and it happens to be open, but the condition of the record is in dead mint condition or very little scratches. That's worth picking up to resell. Other than that, I leave a lot of records behind if they're completely open. So I'll be looking for sealed records. I'll be looking for sports cards, not so much of the junk wax era. I'm going to be looking for sports cards that will be in the mid 1980s. And earlier in the time period. If I do pick up any junk wax, I'll look for boxes that are completely sealed and certain particular sets, because there's a lot of sets from the 80s and 90s that were just completely mass produced and they are just not worth as much. So I'll be looking for those. And then as for the bats, I'll look for Louisville Sluggers and Easton bats. So hopefully my father and myself score some great things. If we do, I'll post some videos and pictures of that later. So show you guys what myself and my father scored today at 3 estate sales. 2 up in Westport, Connecticut, and 1 down in Stamford. So here's a quick overview of what we got, and I'll go over each and every item. We have sneakers, we have a Joe DiMaggio framed print, we have some old Victorian postcards, we have cassette tape, music CD, VHS, and we have a bunch of vintage vinyl records. So we'll first start off with the Joe DiMaggio framed print. So I gotta do some research on it, but picked this up for only $10, nicely framed. And apparently Joe DiMaggio came to this event back in 1995 because it was to honor him. It says state dinner in honor of Joe DiMaggio, the Yankee Clipper, and it even includes what was on the menu at that time, January 31st, 1995. It shows duck and oyster bisque and roasted lamb, etc. for the entrees. It's from the Lotus Club, and it also has a nice picture of Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital. So a real cool piece. I'm a huge fan of the Yankees. Whether this will stay in my collection or whether I will resell it, I'm not 100% sure yet, but eventually I'll have to look up the price and see what this goes for. So let me move that out of the way and then show you guys what was the next thing that we picked up. My father spotted these. These are nicely framed. I will have to see if I can easily remove these. But these are 8 vintage postcards, circa 1880s, early 1900s, of these trade Victorian style postcards, which are pretty neat. I've sold a bunch of these postcards over the years, so they do sell, and they look in really fantastic shape, very little wear. So I will open this up, I will take them out of the frame, and hopefully I can easily remove the backing without them getting screwed up. So we paid 20 bucks with this framed, and some of these postcards could sell for at least $20 and up, depending upon the subject matter and how old they are. Got at another tag sale that we went to, a really nice pair of Nike sneakers. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these for myself to wear because they do fit me. or I'm going to resell them on eBay. But pick these up for 15 bucks. To me, they look like they've only been worn a few times. They almost look like as if they're absolutely brand new, but may have been worn maybe, you know, 5 times or less, maybe once or twice. I mean, they're in fantastic shape. So, and they kind of remind me a lot of the Lakers with the purple, gold, yellow to it. They're not LeBron James sneakers as far as I can determine, but I'll do a little bit more research, because so far I can't find an exact pair like this. So if they sell for a lot on eBay, then I'll list them. If they don't sell for a lot, I'll probably just decide to wear them myself, because they do fit. Picked up at another estate sale. I wish this was sealed, but it was opened. Prince and the Revolution, Purple Rain, from the motion picture soundtrack cassette tape. So this is vintage 1980s. Got this because it's sealed. I don't know anything really about this band, but it's called Four Horses of the Apocalypse, Dr. Phoebe Legere, Armageddon A Go-Go. So pick that up. I'll resell that. Just have to see what the prices go for that. This was cool. I wish that this was sealed, but I still picked it up anyway. Vintage VHS. Who remembers this movie, Heavy Metal? I remember that being a quite a controversial animated cartoon back in 1981, because I believe it was rated R. In any event, pick this up. The side of it has come undone, so I'm gonna crazy glue it back together, but the tape inside is just in an absolute mint condition. The sticker has not come off, so that was a nice little score. Only paid $1 for this, so we'll check out and see how much this goes for. And just paid $1 for these miscellaneous things. This is Anna Music. It's some special edition DVD, still sealed. So took that, and then took Little Rascals DVD, still sealed, volumes 5 and 6. The Little Rascals, Spanky Alfalfa, etc. And the gang, our gang. My dad picked this up. It's still sealed. It's a book, Crafting Short Screenplays That Connect, 2nd edition. So it's cool to find a sealed book like that. And now we'll get on to the records. So first record that we picked up is Cheap Trick. Next is another Cheap Trick album. This one actually is a promo one, because it says demo not for sale. Got this one, don't know anything about him. Gato Barbieri, Tropico. Eddie and the Cruisers, 1980s movie by John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. Danny Elfman, I remember him from Oingo Boingo. This is a solo album, Gratitude. Jerry Harrison, The Red and the Black. OMD, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, Architecture and Morality. This was a great find, because this could sell for upwards of over $100. And it's opened, by the way, too, not even sealed. Early Robert Palmer album, Sneaking Sally Through the Alley. That was a cool one to find right there. She recently passed away, I believe, back in June. Bonnie Pointer of the Pointer Sisters. This is a solo, self-titled album of hers. Kind of a little bit of a risque picture of her in the back, but very cool to find something like that. All the records were opened except this one. This one is completely sealed. Pops, We Love You, the album, and look at the artists on here. Diana Ross, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, the Commodores, Smokey Robinson, Tata Vega, and Jermaine Jackson. That was sealed. And the rest of the records, Todd Rundgren's Utopia, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, 9 Tonight. Sheila E. in The Glamorous Life. The Sisters of Mercy, Floodland. The Wiz, original cast album of the musical. So this is not the one with Diana Ross or Michael Jackson, but it does here have on the back, who they mention on the back? Hinton Battle is probably the most famous one that's on the back here. Took that. And the last record, the Yellow Jackets, Shades. So eventually these will go on my at my eBay store, Treasures of My Home. And if you guys wish to purchase any of these before I list them on eBay, message me and we can work out a price. Thanks for watching, guys.